I am back with part 2 of my 2021 Nintendo Switch collection. If you, I'm Auckland. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button, like button, also share with friends if you don't mind. Also, please comment, ask me a question, or comment in general. I'll do my best to answer them. Also, if you don't mind, hit the notification bell down below, and you will be notified when I go live or upload another video. And if you want to become a fan of me, Auckland, then subscribe to the channel and you will become a fan. I hope so. Alright, let's get back to it. Next, and I'll be talking about my digital games as well and some apps. Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, the latest brand new Pokemon games. These games get a lot of hate because of the situation with the National Dex. I have the double pack with the box here. But I enjoy the Pokemon games. Plus, you had an expansion pass that you can download to add more. Add a part 1 and part 2. So, add extra content and more Pokemon as well. Alright, next is Skylanders Imaginators. I have the starter pack right here. Comes with the figurines in the game and all that. It's pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of Skylanders, but it's pretty good. It's basically an action adventure. You take these figurines that's in there, you put them on this flat device that you hook up. You set the characters on it, and that's how you play the game. And you switch the characters out, and plus you have to buy more of them. So, yeah. Alright. Alright, next is Troll and I. Don't really recommend this game. Very, very glitchy action adventure, but I have it. You play as this character, and there's the troll too, so it's Troll and I. Moving on. Next is Carnival Games. It's a party game. You play games at a carnival. Haven't played this yet, sadly, but it's got like skee ball, stuff like that. Awesome games, so I need to check this out, and I'm sure I'm going to have a good time. Alright, next is it Soldam, I don't know, Drop, Connection, and Erase. This is basically Tetris. As you can tell from the back, it's Tetris. Pretty good. Alright, next is Rapala Fishing Pro Series. Fishing game. There's not much else to say. It is pretty fun, but it's okay. There's some more fishing games on Switch, and I may look into getting them as well, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. Next is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, another Wii U port. Cannot go wrong with this game. Mario Kart is a fantastic series. It's the 8th one so far, and speculations that we will eventually get a Mario Kart 9, so hopefully that will happen. Next is another kart racing game, CTR Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. This series has been around for a little while. PlayStation 1, I think there was 1 or 2 on the PS2. It is an awesome kart racing game, but it gets a lot of hate because more people prefer Mario Kart over this one. But this one's not bad. It's Crash Bandicoot in kart racing. So, there you go. Alright. Next is Cars 3, Driven to Win. It's set in the Cars film universe. Basically, it's a kart racing game, but you play as the Cars, Mater, Lightning McQueen, all those characters are in this game. Haven't played it yet, though. Man. Itching? Okay. Next is another kart racing game. It's pronounced Team Sonic Racing, but I have pronounced it Sonic Team Racing in the past, but it's Team Sonic Racing. Play a little bit of it. It's really, really fun. I think this is the third one in the series that we've gotten so far. But this is the one that's on Switch. We don't have the other two on Switch. But it's a kart racing game with Sonic characters. So can't go wrong. But it's the same situation. People prefer Mario Kart over that one as well. All-Star Fruit Racing. This one reminds me of a moment from Wreck-It Ralph, the first movie. I don't want to spoil that movie, but this reminds me of this one. This game reminds me of that moment. But this is a pretty good racing game, kart racing game. But it's not as fun as Mario, but it is pretty good. You have these carts that are made out of pieces of fruits and stuff. So yeah. Next is my favorite game of my entire collection. Just kidding. Uh-oh, I had to do it. This is Hello Kitty Cruisers with Sanrio friends. Alright, moving on. Never played it. Aqua Moto Racing Utopia. There's another game like this one, except with it's not bobsledding, but it's those vehicles that you ride on the snow. I can't think of it right now, but I wouldn't mind getting that one as well. This one is not Wave Race, which is an awesome, fantastic series, but it's similar to it, but Wave Race is much better. Alright, next is Burnout Paradise Remastered. Awesome game. Need to play some more of it. I can't tell you much about it, but the cars that you drive in this game tear apart. I mean, there's not much car games out there where you could really damage the car and it falls apart and stuff. This is a very interesting game. I need to get back to it. Next is a mobile port of a game, Gear Club Unlimited. I really love this racing game on Switch. It gets a lot of hate, but it's very, very good. Because in the game, you can go to the storage house and you could upgrade your car and keep your cars in their storage. After you buy multiple cars, you can work on them and stuff and upgrade them. It's a lot of fun. Next is the sequel, which is much, much better after I pick it up from dropping it. Gear Club Unlimited 2. This one's got better racing courses and stuff like that. It is much better than the first one, but I enjoy both of these games. Next is Grip. This reminds me of some toys that I used to have a long time ago. These cars that you have, they're racing, and if the car flips over upside down, it keeps going. This is that, but in video game form. Very interesting racing game. Highly recommend it, especially if you want something different. Alright. Travis Strikes Again. No More Heroes. It's a spinoff. Game gets a lot of hate. I completely understand it. But if you're waiting for No More Heroes 3 and you want something to play in that universe while you wait, then here you go. This also came with a season pass. Next is Origami Shadow Edition. It reminds me a lot of Assassin's Creed, but this game is very different. If you get hit just one time, you die. So it is hard. It's very, very stealthy. It's pretty good. And you have these powers, like shadow powers. I don't want to give too much away, but I recommend it. It's really good. Alright, next is Bayonetta 2 with Bayonetta 1, which is a digital version of the game. Highly recommend this series. Very, very good. Platinum made this series. Is that the name of the company? Platinum. I'm not sure. I could be completely wrong. But fantastic series. Cannot wait for Bayonetta 3 to come out. Vampire, awesome game. You play as a vampire set in the past. You have a choice. You could either be a good vampire or bad. So you could take people out, or you can not take people out, or you can take certain people out and leave the other ones alone. Either which way, you have consequences for the choices that you make. So, interesting. Plus, he's a doctor, so yeah, you get a good source of energy when it comes to being a vampire, if you know what I mean. Darksiders War Master. This game series has been around for a little while on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One, but sadly the Switch never got Darksiders 3. Awesome action-adventure platformer. Love this series. So good. And plus we got a fourth game that plays a lot like Diablo, which is a role-playing, but I just prefer these ones. Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, the sequel. I just really wish that we get the third game on Switch, but I don't think it's going to happen. The Telltale series, The Walking Dead, this is the final season. Sadly, this is the only one that we got in the series physically on Switch. Highly recommend this series, but you need to play the first three seasons first before you play this one, because this is the fourth and final season. Is set in the Walking Dead comic universe, because the graphics is comic style graphics. Resident Evil Revelations Collection, which is a spin-off Resident Evil series. So good. There's a lot of speculations going around that Resident Evil Revelations 3 is going to happen. This is the first two for Switch. Highly recommend these. The second game is episodic, meaning you have to play the game in episodes, but the first game is just like a regular Resident Evil game. Yeah, what you doing? And Misty. Red Faction, Gorilla Remastered. Like Mars, so it's remastered. Very interesting. How very creative with that title. Haven't got a chance to play this yet, so I need to though. Next is Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered with Assassin's Creed 3 Liberation Remastered. Cannot go wrong with this game. My favorite Assassin's Creed game of all time, of all of the ones that I have played. Really love Assassin's Creed 3. Plus, portable on the Switch is fantastic. Assassin's Creed, the Rebel Collection, which is Assassin's Creed 4, and Rogue. So, cannot go wrong with that. Especially Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. I mean, that's an awesome pirate game. Raid ships, take the ships over after you kill everyone, take them out on their ships, and you can take them over. Or destroy the ships completely. You don't even have to take the crew and make them join your crew. You can just take them out either way. But it's an awesome game. Rad Rogers Radical Edition. It's a side scroller. I haven't got a chance to play it yet. I know the Duke Nukem character is in this game, but need to play this. And of course, it's got some language in it. My Friend Pedro, but it's also got Blood, Bullets, and Bananas, but that's not the actual title of the game after I pick it up from dropping it. But this is a stylized side-scrolling shooter game. You can jump and shoot and spin around and all that at the same time. Very stylized, very awesome. Highly recommend it. It's so good. And Misty. Just hanging out on the table with me. Alright, next is, I can't pronounce the title. I don't care for this game too much. On the back of it, it's hard to explain about the gameplay. But you go from left to right. You play. It's a shooter. I mean, it's okay. It's very, very hard. I may try to get back into it and play some more. Almost done with my physical games. Next is LA Noire. This game has been around for quite a while. In my opinion, this is the best way to play it on Switch because it's portable. It's set in the 1940s, Los Angeles gangsters and stuff like that. I mean, it's pretty good. And is produced by Rockstar, the same company that makes Grand Theft Auto. Mortal Kombat 11, my last physical game that I have for Switch. It's a, if you know Mortal Kombat and you know how awesome it is, it's actually, from what I've seen of this version, it's a fantastic version on Switch. Haven't got a chance to play it yet because I need more storage on my Switch in order to play it. Plus, you also have the Ultimate Edition that you can buy too, which comes with extra content. Or you could just download it digitally. But either way you want to go. Alright, so let me talk about my digital games, which includes full games and demos, and also got apps too. Starting off, as soon as I got my notes and stuff, I was going to show them off in the actual Switch itself, but I don't know exactly how I would do that. So I'm just going to talk about them just a little bit. Starting off, I got YouTube on my Switch. I had Hulu, but I don't anymore. So I got those apps. Then I got Balan Wonderworld demo. Very glitchy game. Moving on. I was really looking forward to it, but no. Immortals Phoenix Rising demo. Awesome open world game. Very, very Zelda-like. Looking forward to getting the full game physical at some point in time. It's Greek mythology. It's so good. Next is Pokemon Cafe Mix. It's like a mobile game. You play like some puzzles, stuff like that. So I mean, I do recommend it, especially if you like mobile games or you're just a fan of Pokemon in general. Pokemon Cafe Mix is pretty good. Hasn't moved some stuff out of the way because Misty's moving around. Alright, next is The Last Campfire. You play as this character. It kind of looks like he's wearing a pillow a pillowcase. It's very, very fun. I guess you can say it's an action adventure. It's also a collectathon. Highly recommend it. It's an awesome indie title. Next is Cris Tales demo. I haven't got a chance to play it yet. I know it's a side scroller. I think it's also a RPG game. I love the art style of it, but I haven't got a chance to play it yet. Next is Summer in Moria. I downloaded the prologue. It's not the full game. I haven't got a chance to play it yet. I know it's an action adventure. It kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing a little bit. I need to try it out, but it's getting a lot of hate though. Next is A Knight's Tale, which is a Zelda clone. It's very, very good. Next is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse. I mentioned Shantae before in part 1. When I was talking about another game, it was Monster Boy. And because the Monster Boy graphics is a lot like Shantae. Awesome side-scrolling series. So good. Next is Faye. Don't really recommend the game too much. It's an action adventure. The colors in the game are like 1 or 2 colors, 3 at the most. It's like purples and blacks and stuff like that. It's not a very good looking game, but it is fun. Kind of, sort of. I don't know. Alright, next is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity demo. What's good about the demo is what you play in the demo will transfer over to the full game. Love this game. It takes place 100 years before Breath of the Wild. So it's a prequel, but it's Hyrule Warrior style, which is hack and slash, fighting off hordes of enemies. It's really good though. Next, also got Pokemon Home, which is an app. I forgot to mention that one. You put your Pokemons into Pokemon Home, and you can transfer them over to Sword and Shield, or you can transfer Pokemons from the 3DS games over to Pokemon Home, and you can transfer them over to Sword and Shield as long as those Pokemons are available in Sword and Shield. And hopefully the upcoming Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl also will support Pokemon Home as well, hopefully. So, but we'll see. Next is Jack Quest. Haven't got a chance to play it yet. It looks like an old school style side scroller. Next is Pikmin 3 Deluxe Demo, which is a Wii U port. You play as this space captain, and then you have these cute looking creatures that have antenna. It has one antenna on top of their head. It has a leaf attached to it. You control those cute little things. You can make them fight off enemies, and they can be killed off themselves. I mean, it's different style of game that I like to play, but it's not bad though. Next is Sonic Mania, which is a fan-made game, but it's classic Sonic. Cannot go wrong. Very, very good. Next is Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Awesome game. Cannot go wrong with Shantae. All the games are so good. Next is, I can't pronounce it, but it's OTHELLO. It's a party game. It's like a Japanese style checkers. Is pretty much what it is. Next is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger HD. Awesome 3D action adventure collectathon game. Cannot go wrong with that game. I really hope that we get Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 and 3 in HD on Switch as well. Hopefully. Cross fingers. I hope so. Next is Trials of Mana, however you want to say it. Demo. Haven't got a chance to play it yet. I know that it's a remake of the original, which we never got over here, but we did finally get the original and the secret. In the collection of Mana for Switch. Next is Violet. It's a point and click game. It's like, I'm not into point and clicks, but I did play it for a little bit. It's different. It's okay. Next is Bravely Default 2 Demo. It's a I forgot how you say it. It's an RPG, but it's also more than an RPG. Kind of reminds me of Final Fantasy a little bit. The art style is very unique. The series originally was on the 3DS, which was Bravely Default, and then Bravely Second. Basically, is an expansion to the first one, and this is a direct sequel set in the same universe with new characters. Alright, next is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX Demo. Loving that game. Can't wait to get the full game. You play as Pokemon. You go on missions. You save other Pokemons in dungeons and stuff like that. You're teaming up with other Pokemon, and you're like a team. You're setting out there to rescue them. It's pretty good. I like it. Next is Hob, the Definitive Edition Demo. You play as this interesting looking character. He's got this interesting looking arm. The arm kind of reminds me of Hellboy's arm, but it's a little bit different. It is a indie title, but it's really, really good. Love the art style of that game too. Next is Urban Trial Playground Demo. You play as a character on a bicycle or a motorcycle, and it's a side scroller. You do tricks and stuff, and you get yourself taken out very quickly. You go through obstacles and stuff. It's pretty good. Next is Fortnite. Haven't played it in a long time. It's an open world free game. Next is Bastion. I haven't got a chance to play it yet, but I think it's an action adventure, old school style graphics. Next is Dragon Quest XI Definitive Edition. Awesome game. Now, it's got some Final Fantasy gameplay mechanics in the game, but I really believe I'm going to get this game for sure. Loving the demo, and what's awesome about demo is all the hours that you put into the game in the demo will be transferred over to the full version, which is so cool. Next is Yooka-Laylee. Is basically Banjo-Kazooie, except it's different characters. It's a bat and also a lizard. Awesome game. Plus, it got a sequel too, which the sequel was a side scroller. Next is Hellblade. Very creepy, awesome action adventure game. You can play it with headphones, and it's very creepy when you play it with headphones because you can hear voices on each side. Yeah, it's very interesting. It's very hard though. It's awesome though. Next is it Mecho Tales? It's an interesting side scroller. Next is Castle Heart. It's a medieval side scrolling game. Awesome. The Way remastered. I played a little bit of it. The art style is old school style graphics. I know it's got some puzzle mechanics in it. Don't remember too much about it. Next is Shantae Half Genie Hero. Cannot go wrong. Next is Fallout Sheltered. It's the first and probably the only Fallout game that will get on Switch. You play in this shelter and you're trying to take care of it and stuff. Next is Arcade Archives vs. Super Mario Brothers, which is basically it's Super Mario Brothers. Next is Kid Trip. It's a side scroller, and I think it's also I think it's got another title for it because I can't remember if it's a true side scroller or it's got a mechanic in it where you're constantly moving and you got to jump and avoid objects. Is it called a runner? It might be a runner too, or I may be thinking about another game, but it's pretty good. Next, Snake Pass action adventure platformer. Collectathon, you play as a snake. It's very, very interesting. Especially playing with the Joy-Cons, because you can feel the rumble as you're playing as a snake, and you curl around objects. You press certain buttons to tighten your grip so you won't fall off. It's pretty good. Next is Blaster Master Zero demo, old school style game. Graphics wise, couldn't hardly get it out. Cannot go wrong with Blaster Master Zero. So good. Next, last game, Kamiko. It's a Zelda clone. The art style is very old school style. It reminds me a lot of Link's Awakening. No, not Link's Awakening. A Link to the Past. So that game is really, really good. Alright, I hope you enjoyed my two-part 2021 Nintendo Switch collection. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. Alright, bye.